Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end off here with our favorite segment of all time here on the show. It's called a take for 99 cents, where we give you a take in all the sports that's currently flowing and indoctrinated in our brains right now that we haven't got to cover on this show at all, whether we didn't have the space for it or whether we thought it was plausible to do it here on this segment. We have that opportunity right now. And whoever want to take this mic first and get home early, the mic is yours.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll go. Man, my take for 99 cents. What is great? Why is great? How is great? What's the definition of great? In today's NBA, and it's not 1999 anymore, okay? Because you touched on it. People not even playing 82 games, right? And when you want to talk about being great, right? You got to be great in every facet of the game. I want to see you, like you said, be available. I want to see you be durable. That's part of being great. Part of being great is being durable. So how do I define that season of a champion? This dude played all 82 games, went through a duration of an entire playoffs, was the MVP of the league, MVP of the playoffs, MVP of the finals. This is greatness. That's great to me. Okay? I don't care if you locked up the regular season home court advantage. You still playing 81, 82 games. That's greatness. That's what greatness is about. Because you're not just saying I'm just the better skilled player. I don't just got the best talent. I'm the greater man. I'm the more durable man. I'm the stronger man. I can go through all of that and still come out on top. I ain't taking no load management. I'm playing back-to-back-to-back, especially back in the days. Back-to-back-to-back, 3 games straight. Back-to-back-to-back playoff games. And I'm still the stronger man. I'm going through injury. I'm going through pain because I am great. But today, great is just winning. Great is just play 50 games, like you said, cousin. Play 40 games. Get to a team where they got a lot of talent. Team up with players that you're supposed to be competing against. Kobe Bryant had Shaquille O'Neal on his team and said, I don't want to play with this man because I want to prove to people I can win a championship. We don't got that today. Everybody ready to team up, okay? Kobe Bryant has Shaquille O'Neal won a 3-peat, and that wasn't good enough for him, okay? And listen, he didn't take the easy route. He didn't say, I'm going to go join Tim Duncan, right? He didn't say, I want to go join D. Wade. He didn't say, I want to go join LeBron James. No, Paul Gasol. No disrespect to Paul Gasol. I'm not disrespecting that man. Paul Gasol was the second best player. Okay, what are we really talking about? Okay, that man proved that he can win a championship without a dominant force like Shaq because he wanted to show y'all he was great, not just skilled. So we got a little different definition in today's NBA. Are you just skilled or are you great? You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, no disrespect to Kevin Durant, I don't think he's great. He's just skilled. Anybody can go and team up and win championships. What are we talking about? The man gets hurt in the layup line. What are we doing? We got modern day medicine, bro. Like, what is these players on? You know what I mean? Back in the day, we didn't have modern day medicine. What are we really doing here? So at the end of the day, with all of this modern day medicine, with all of y'all low management, with all of y'all private flights, no back-to-backs, all of these stimulations for you to be durable, and you're still weak. I don't think you're great. I just think you're skilled. And that's my take for 99 cents.
All right, so Cuzzo, I'm not sure if you seen any of the previous takes for 99 that we did, but we actually have like a new thing where we have a response clause where we are allowed 1 minute to respond to a take. And Zay, I'm gonna let you have any response clause that you want to invoke right now, or
I do. I'm gonna use my minute wisely, and I just want to say that the definition of great has changed year in, year out with the NBA, and I agree with Freddie with that, because being great is no longer about winning anymore. Being great is connected to being skilled. Yo, you're a great basketball player. How many playoffs you went to? 1 in 10 years? Yeah. That's just how it is, and it's disgusting because this idea that just because you could shoot the three, because you're 7'3", could shoot the three, could dribble, can do all these different things a guard can do, but you're not impacting winning basketball games and winning championships, bringing teams to relevancy. How could you be described as great? That's something that needs to be spoken upon more and more often. And it's not only in basketball. You can talk about it in football too. Guys who put up amazing stats, quarterbacks that put up amazing numbers. Oh, he's top 5 in QBR, Kirk Cousins, and people call him great. I'm not trying to hear that. The man don't impact winning. So things of that nature. This is why, definitions, depending on who's saying it, need to be examined more. And some people need to choose their words wisely. Like you can't continue to use great as to describe somebody when they're not winning games.
I would like to throw in my not rematch, but I keep saying rematch clause. We just talk boxing. I'm my response clause to that because I think this is worthy of having, a response to. I think for me, when you talk about my issue about the NBA and the win culture and the super team building and the load managing, I think Adam Silver has done a terrible job. And I always said that even when people hailed him as a hero, and now a lot of people that hailed him as a hero is starting to come on my train. I mean, that's why they call me the Nostradamus. I'm supposed to see these things before the mass people do. That's what I pride myself on. I don't pride myself on sounding alike like everybody. And I think for me, my major issue is it is a fan thing because we do look at chips when we talk about how many chips you won. Show me your chips. And I think that has a trickle down effect on, guys having expectations that they can't live off of. We live in an Instagram social media era where they have to hear not only on sports talk radio, you can cut that off, but you're on social media, you're hearing guys call you a bum, you're not that dude, you're not it, and then that plays in your psyche, and now you want to join a super team because you have all these expectations, right? And I think for me, when you talk about the NFL and the NBA and you compare them, every year Dak Prescott, he gets sent home, but he doesn't go and say, I want to trade. Right? It's run it back, Dak. Run it back. You know what I'm saying? Run it back, Kirk Cousins. Run it back. We know you ain't nothing. And that's not going to change. Right? And I think we know who's that dude or not. And we know Kirk Cousins is not that dude. We know Derek Carr is not that dude. We know Jared Goff is not that dude. We know Dak is not that dude. And I think they have to live with that legacy and try to get better. And that's what creates great football because it's like, all right, is Dak gonna come back this year and show us that he's that dude? And I think we don't get that in the NBA. We get these, all right, I'm gonna join a super team. I'm gonna request 2 trades in 2 years, right? Like Kevin Durant and James Harden. Like what? And I think it messes up the product.
It does.
But yeah, my minute is up. I guess I'll proceed here since I'm already in my flow with my take for night 9. And that is, I can see Dame in Brooklyn, Damian Lillard in Brooklyn. It's funny because a couple weeks ago we talked about Dame, right, and the Trailblazers and the loyalty thing and them going full demolition mode right now. And I agree. I came along say I agree with you. I think they should blow that up. They have Shaden Sharp, who's bouncy. They have Anthony Simons, who could be a playmaker. They could build around those guys. And I think they need to let Dame go, right? And I think they showed the loyalty that I was trying to see because we talked about loyalty here. I think they showed that. They showed it to the end. But sometimes you get caught up in the middle of the ocean and there's no shore. There's no shore. You gotta, rebuild it. And I think when I brought up that scenario, I said that I could see Mikal Bridges going to Portland. But then you see how Mikal Bridges is balling out right now. And the report that the Nets got offered 4 first-round picks and they turned that down. They ain't letting Mikal Bridges go. And it's funny because after that, and I brought up that proposal, I came across a video on social media about Dame wanting to play with Mikal Bridges out of his own mouth. That's some guy that I would like to play with. So I'm thinking in my mind, antennas go off. Brooklyn, they need a guy. Listen, you could talk about Phil Rebuild over there, but they own none of their picks. It's not like they can really draft anybody. They might as well refactory another star over there. And I think they'll probably put a package together. I'm not great with the packages, but I say Cam Thomas, because they're not even playing Cam Thomas in Brooklyn. Every time they play Cam Thomas, he scores 40. Why you not playing him like that? He can go over there to Portland in a deal. If they can try to convince them to accept the Ben Simmons contract and take that on, and maybe they agree to a buyout or they try to bet on some, upside there. I don't know. Ben Simmons is a mess. But if they could convince them to take that contract and accept that, and they have the picks that they got from Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, basically they would have flexed Kevin Durant for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Dame. And I think that's a very good trade right there. And let's be real here. We could talk about, does that make them a championship contender? I don't think so. Obviously not. It's like the same move of Mitchell going to the Cavaliers. It make you top middle tier. in the Eastern Conference, but not a
Right.
championship number one. But I think for me, we have to remember what Brooklyn's priorities are. Championships or secondary. They just trying to sell out the arena, bro. They trying to sell tickets. That's what they're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Bro, I called up to try to see how much tickets the next game is on Friday. $300 a seat. The cheapest seat was $345. For Brooklyn, you could have got in there for $90. They trying to sell tickets over there. Dame will allow you to do that. And you will make yourself more competitive. And having a roster of Mikal Bridges and Dame and Claxton and Cam Johnson, they have defensive upside over there. That will be the best roster that Dame has played with as far as who can fit with him. Defenders and floor spaces. I think that makes the most sense. So that's my take for 99 cents. Dame should end up in Brooklyn.
I think that's a great take. I was just gonna use that reply clause real quick. I think that's a great take, Dame, because they need a point guard. I think Dame Lillard should go to a team that needs a point guard. I said Boston because they need a point guard. They haven't had a guy who can facilitate, could score, could be a dynamic threat on that team. As at the point guard position, I think Boston would do good with Dame. I thought Atlanta would do good with Dame if they want to move on with Trae Young. There's a bevy of teams that need a point guard. So I think Brooklyn is a fantastic spot for him. Not a super team. You can still take over. And on top of that, you will be looked at as a savior for that Brooklyn Nets franchise. That's a beautiful take.
Yeah, it's a beautiful take. Really quick, I'll use my clause. It's a beautiful take because it'll give some excitement back in New York. Like even when the Knicks play Brooklyn, right? It'll make it a very exciting inner city battle. You know what I mean? Down that the Knicks have some relevancy. Now that Brooklyn had Dame, it'll be great. It'll be good basketball, good energy basketball. Dame being stuck in Portland, man, is like a waste of talent, no disrespect. Portland ain't doing a great job over there. So I really like that take. Dame going somewhere where he's relevant.
And you could argue he had his best statistical season of his career. I believe he averaged like 38 points per game, something to that effect. Listen, I think they should make that move in a heartbeat. But go ahead, Zay. The mic is yours.
For me, my take for 99 cents is a hot one. I got hot takes, and I'm cool with saying it. If the Panthers draft Bryce Young at number 1, they will win the NFC South. Bryce Young is a NFL ready now quarterback. He is a leader in the locker room. I told Leel this multiple times. You need a guy who has a win now mentality, and that's what Bryce Young has. He has all the intangibles as a quarterback. He's mobile. He's accurate. He can throw down the field. He has all the intangibles. I understand when you play in those big schools, you have a lot of talent around him. But I believe Bryce Young has the intangibles to make anyone around him look good. I think that's the kind of player that he is. You put him in Carolina, where that NFC South is wide open. Even with Derek Carr and the Saints, nothing is guaranteed in that division. You put him in Carolina, he will find a way to take that division from everybody. He is a quarterback that is destined for greatness off the rip as soon as he touches an NFL field. And I'll even go a step further. He will be the offensive rookie of the year because that's how dynamic of a player he will be. Bryce Young is going to be the guy for Carolina if they draft him there. This is only if Carolina drafts him first because they may still be sold on CJ Stroud. But I believe Bryce Young will be a Carolina Panther and win them that NFC South division. And that's my take for 99 cents.
Cuz you about to
I gotta do something. Like, yo, I'm definitely gotta use listen, bro. I gotta use the minute, man. I need this minute right now. Listen, no, it's not gonna happen, man. Like a rookie quarterback coming in, learning a new system, learning players, team chemistry. These things count. Okay, he don't know nothing about the NFL speed, nothing about the NFL game. No, they won't win the division. Now the division is weak, no doubt about that. Okay, you got points on that. But let's be fair and clear. Although his arm talent is spectacular, this dude is little. Okay, we talking about one body slam, and this dude might be out. What does he weigh? About $175, $180? Okay, he's 6 feet, can barely see over the offensive line. Those physical attributes matters. Okay, 2 inches taller matters. 25 pounds heavier matters, right? And I believe, as great as he is, he can last a 17-game NFL season. Okay, he's going to get hit, and he's going to get hit hard. And the hesitation on him, because of his physical size and his physical attributes, and why people don't want to take him number 1, it's legit. It's real. And pitting that dude to say he's going to win a division and just come in with the Carolina Panthers win a division, Zay, if they do that, man, dinner on me. I'll buy that man dinner. We'll meet up. I'll get him man some dinner. Get a steak, bro. Get a steak. It's a wild take.
You can have whatever you like. I said Zay can have whatever he like. Yeah. I mean, I gotta respond to that. I mean, look. You see, it's a good take. It's a good take because I think how I judge a take for 9-9 is the creativity. It's more so a creativity type of segment more so than it is whether I agree or disagree with it.
That's fair.
And I like the creativity of that.
Absolutely.
I think it will garner a conversation in the comments. You know, I don't think it's far off because the NFC South, when you look at the NFC South with a magnifying glass, who really do you trust over there? Right? Maybe you can argue the Saints with Derek Carr, you know, playoff experience, not a lot. He's been to the playoffs one time in his whole NFL career. So I'm not sure how much experience that is, especially when you was one and done.
Right.
I would pick them to be the favorites right now. But outside of them, Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield, I don't know about all that. You know, the Falcons, who is their quarterback, I don't know, right? That's anyone's guess, even Arthur Smith, right? You know, I don't know. It's a tough take because who knows who they're going with. Bryce Young, I will say this about him, though. If there's any coach I trust, it's Nick Saban and how he can groom NFL players. You see, Ohio State, I don't trust their franchise. Who is the great Ohio State quarterback that came into the NFL and did damage? I hear a lot of crickets on the show right now. and that's real. So
that is real.
You can talk about the physical attributes being a real thing and how that may impact Bryce Young's draft stock, but you can also do the flip and say, yo, Ohio State, man, y'all got these quarterbacks putting up numbers, crazy numbers, but then when they get to the NFL, they're not winning anything. That's a lot about the system. So I think I don't see a quarterback in this draft, and this might be a hot take in itself, that I say, this guy check all the boxes. There's not one. Not AR-15, even though I think he has the most upside. Still question marks. Now CJ Stroud, he got the physical attributes, but like I said, college, NFL, translation, I don't know. Bryce Young, the physical attributes. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question, but I do think the Saints will be the favorites. But yeah, that's it.
Real quick, the last quarterback from Ohio State was Justin Fields that really showed something.
He only won 3 games this year.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. That's a big thing. Listen, it was a very creative take, though. I ain't gonna front on you, dog. Cousin, that's a good point. That take was creative.
And that's why we do a take for 9-9. And that's why we do this show, to give you the hot takes, the factual takes, the stats, everything, the whole 9. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, before we leave, like and subscribe to the channel. And fellas, once again, I'm looking forward to the next show. YouTube is where it's at. So make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Get them notifications. That's our primary database or base where we upload content and stuff like that. So, man, get into them because we got a lot of content coming your way.